Hey everybody, it's Terry here at Hidden Hollow. Just going to do a small update today. As you can see, the garden is all blowed up. I've got extra stuff. There's some stuff going bad. Doesn't matter. I ran out of room in the freezer. I froze a bunch of squash and zucchini. And I don't even know what that's. Just some kind of squash, and I don't even know what kind it was. I thought I was growing watermelon. Something happened at the nursery and they got the wrong stuff. As you can see, my little guys, takes me real dick. My little guys are doing well. These are my own group. These are my West Virginia blues. You see all the different colors. That one will be dark blue. It's not going to be black. You got blue over there, and you got these other guys that'll be reddish. The mom was a blue Kelso. I also took an Irish pile hen that they throw blues and also whites, and I put her down there with Mr. Blue Kelso Rooster, and she hatched 4. So last night I went down there, and luckily, because I use those nest buckets that I made, you can pick them up and move them whenever you need to. So what I got going on here right now, let's show you. I put them up here just for the time being. See if we can get a view of some of them. There's 4 in there. You can't really tell. She won't be staying there no more than today. I've got a lot of projects going on. Labor Day is a day to celebrate our labor, apparently. We get a day off. Yeah, I get a day off from work, but I got a day to work some more. This is my trash bin I'm trying to finish. I got to go up and get some plywood. You like the X Designs? It's going to have X Design on the front. It's going to be painted white, and then it's having a really dark paint on top. A Swiss chocolate or Swiss mocha. Really forget what it's called. And this is another one I'm working on. That one's going to have a door on it. It's going to have a drawer in it. It's going to be my first one I ever built with a drawer. Hold on a second. I got to turn this radio down. They'll get me banned again. But I love Craigslist and I love Facebook Marketplace. Yesterday, I went out to Newmarket, Maryland, to a big, beautiful horse farm. Over 86 acres. It was listing for over $2 million. And she was selling some wire online. Now, not just any wire. Now, look at this big yard I need to cut. I've been having a lot of problems with foxes out here. Ever since I've lived here. But something I'm getting ready to do. Look at this. That's a 5-foot roll. That's 4 foot. These are 2 full 4-foot rolls of 1x2 mesh. Some of the best wire you can make for chicken cages, because even a weasel can't get in there if you construct it right. And this big roll of horse fence just as well. I believe it's 100 foot. Won't believe it. I got all that for $200. Yep. And I'm gonna be building me some serious chicken cages for my birds. I've also got a new dog kennel. I believe it's like 6 foot wide, 10 foot long, 6 foot high. Like I said, I haven't put it together yet. Excuse the mess. The dogs got a hold of a piece of cardboard yesterday. This is the dog kennel. Put that together. I'm gonna wire it, probably with some of that really good wire, that 1x2 mesh, so nothing can get in there. And that's gonna be another one of my chicken cages. Anyway, just thought I'd show you. As you see, like all the 2x4s I get from my work. And there's plenty more where that came from. It's going to help me build these frames. I just haven't came up with a roof design yet of whether I'm going to get like metal roofing, or if I'm just going to get, a roll or two of that rollout roofing that I use like on the top on my loft and everything. It's easy to work with, and I've already got some black paper to go down underneath of it. But as you see all my chickens down there, they're all lined up, and It's like I've lost a lot of birds this year. I've lost a lot of babies. The only ones I've seemed to really keep up on right now is the blues, the West Virginia blues, the ones I just showed you, and the babies. So I'm going to make sure that their cages are very safe, so nothing can get to them and they can't get out. It's a beautiful day out here. I believe it's maybe high 80s, something like that. And I've got my big metal building down here. I'm going to incorporate that somehow. See it, my shed? My shed has nothing in it. I gotta trim some branches. I got so much to do in here, like burn party. I would light all this on fire out here. Get ready to hang out. My little trailer. But this is the cage I had on my West Virginia blues in. So they're all molting, so excuse them from the looks. This is my white hatch. I think this is my favorite rooster. I'm going to put a hen with him. Hopefully get some more. And this is Big Daddy. This is my blue Kelso. Tank, get out. He's right there. He's got this big pen. Nice fresh water. That's his roost pole up there. I took the other hen out of here last night, the one I just showed you. Everybody's picking on poor Tank. Tank, what are they doing over there? But I got to go up here to Lowe's in a little while. See, this is a very nice cage. I think I paid $200 for this whole kennel with the roof. So I wired it all in. So nothing, well, I mean, a rat could get in here. And I guess a weasel could if he really wanted to. But they're on the post up top. And they're pretty safe. I've had nothing happen to them down here. But I'll tell you what, anything I've ever put out there in this field is gone overnight. I've lost so much stuff. So I'm going to take some of these posts, see them posts on the ground right there, and I'm going to frame me up a nice chicken pen enclosure. I'm going to wire it with some really good wire. I'm going to put boards across the bottom so they can't dig in or dig under or any of that crap, can't push their way in. And I'm going to make it safe. And I'm going to start probably getting me some Rhode Island Reds or some Buff Orpingtons for eggs. Probably get a meat bird that can be for both. So after they lay some eggs for me for about 6 to 8 months or so, then they'll be fat enough where I can butcher them and throw them in my freezer, because I like chicken a lot. Tank, get out of there. My old race car, fiberglass body. This is a trash pile, but this is old. This is all my dog kennels and cages and stuff. I got a lot of stuff here. So that's what's going on here today. We are Labor Day-ing straight up. Really labor. I got a bed liner coming for my truck, and I've got some step sides, which I really need because it's not fun trying to jump up in that truck. I'm liking the truck more and more every day, but I really miss my other truck. Yeah. So, like I said, excuse the mess, because when I have time off, I have to do work. I can't do enjoyment stuff like straightening up the yard and all the good things. My pigeons, they're doing better, and I'm hoping that here in a little bit, let's go check them out. Here in a little bit, I'll be able to get here and clean this loft, because I'm going to tell you, it's a disaster. And here they are. I don't even want to show you the floor. All the birds. I just fed you guys yesterday. You can wait. They can wait. They'll come from everywhere. Got a lot of good racing pigeons now. A lot of whites. I will say I lost a lot of whites this year. Stupid birds. They'd go away and never come back. Some of these are still young. Little guy fluttering his little wings. Yeah, this place is a mess, I know. But today, this evening, it's going to get cleaned up real nice. What was I going crazy for? I went ahead and got one of these waters. Holds 5 gallons. They don't seem to mess in it too much, which is good. But really just sucked trying to get a hose. That other water that I had with the big pan and the 5-gallon bucket where you fill it up and you flip it over and stick it in the pan. Well, in the summertime, every time I went to come in here and throw the pan down to put the bucket in it so they could get water, they all jumped into the pan and I couldn't put the bucket in there. And I couldn't get them out. Every time I picked it up, every time I set it back down, they all ran to it trying to get in the water. I had to come up with something else. And I went to Tractor Supply and I bought this 5-gallon water. And for my other 2 sets, my tumblers and for my rollers, I went ahead and bought those 1-gallon waters. So they've got plenty of water. I'm well filling it back up before they ever run out. Pretty birds. These pretty birds. There's one in here is my favorite. There's a black one. Look at that. They're still blackbird. Isn't that a good looking bird? All these came from Cumberland Valley Racing. All the colors. I really like them, but it's like, when it comes to racing this year, like I said, that was mine and Dave's thing. And I've been so friggin' busy and everything, I haven't had a chance to even go to a club meeting, to tell you the truth. And I feel bad because these guys gave us these birds, you know, thinking we were going to race with them. Let me get my light back on. I guess the power's off in here. Here's some whites. Thinking we were going to race with them this year because they were looking for new members. And then everything that happened has just really changed everything. All right, you guys. I'm going to open up this trap, let them go outside in the aviary if they want to. I'm sure they want to. They haven't been out for a while. See right there? This is my trap box. See this? This shuts and latches. So anytime I let a group of birds come out, I can shut this box. And when they come in, they got to go through the trap, and then they're stuck in here and here. And then when I can check them by number or by bird, so I can check who came back and who didn't without them getting all mixed up. Especially like when you got a bunch of white birds. You're like, you take 5 out or 10 out for a flight or something. You want to know how many came back, and you walk in here and they all look the same. Yeah, there's only a couple in here that I know. That would be Turbo. Turbo's in here because he's got a special band. He came from Peter Ramen. And there's one here I call Baldy. Right there he is. Because when he was young, somebody pecked the crap out of his head, and he still got the scar to prove it. And where is she? Right there. That's her. Splash, right there, everybody. That's Splash. Anyway, that's what I got going on here today. I'm gonna finish up some loose ends. Like I said, then I'm gonna go to Walmart. And then after I get my stuff done there, I'm going to frame up a really nice chicken cage with some of these 2x4s, wire it up, and when it starts to cool off out here, around 6 or so, I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to get me a bunch of fertilizer, all this stuff. My garden blew up because of this. I'm probably going to take these down. I've got to separate. Some of these birds are just breeders. I cannot fly them. I'm going to separate them out, put them in the breeding half back here. I'm probably going to take my whites. And see, you got the breeder side. I know it's a little dark. We got the walls and the door right here is the door. Put all my breeders in there. Shut the door. Latch it. Then I got this big section here with all these perches, and I got some more to put in here. I'm gonna put all my whites back here. Back here. What's up, birds? I don't want to step on them. And shut that door. And all these homers out here, the colors, they're gonna stay out here, and I'm gonna start training them. If I'm lucky enough, I just may be able to make the young bird season this year at least once or twice. And hopefully I can do it in Dave's name. I miss my buddy Dave. This is a good looking bird right there. Look at that. Yes. And we're gonna fly them. If not, I keep telling the guys at work, keep telling Ben, pretty soon I'm going to be bringing them to work and letting them go there in the mornings. He's like, really? I said, yeah, Ben. Ben, I'm going to take some of these birds, color birds, see all the colors? Because you know what? The whites to me have not impressed me at all. I've taken them about 5 miles and I've lost a few. I've had some come back. I've taken them 2 miles and lost birds. I still got some still hanging out in my church that won't come home. You know what I mean? Like I said, the other day I took 5 out to try to lure some back. I had 6 come back, and 2 of them were ones that I tried to lure back. But one of them out of my 5 didn't even come back home. So you tell me, you know, what's up? They just don't seem to have it. So I'm hoping that these other guys do, because I want to have fun with them. Even if it's just taking them, flying them home, you know, see how far I can get them. And if they prove to me that they'll do well, then I'll be breeding them this year. I'll have some old birds for next year's season, and I'll have some young birds for next young bird season. For right now, y'all get off my foot. Stop trying to steal my shoelaces. I just fed the crap out of them last night. There's a spool. Get off me, guys. That's going to be about it for me today. Like I said, got some things to do. It was funny. I was watching Red Star's Loft where he went on his pigeon and chicken swap meet. And I commented on his page. He went outside where all the chickens were, and he was doing a video. And he went by these cages with some game fowl, you know, game fowl chickens. And the first thing I said was, game fowl. And the wife was sitting there listening to me, and all of a sudden Mark said Terry would know about these. And I started laughing because it's just funny. Ham, you're doing great with your birds. I'm really impressed. Looking for On The Go Loft to do a new video here soon. White House Loft. Flying Dutchman. And even Racing for Christ out there, David. You know, you need to do some videos to see your birds. I don't do enough videos anymore. Guess I think they're kind of boring sometimes. I mean, this can't be the most exciting video. But it is what it is. You get to see my birds. I'm back in the loft. Got some things to do. I want to get back out here this evening, get my loft cleaned up. And then I won't mind coming back out here. And maybe even one day next week or something, we'll have another Tales from the Loft. I got a couple good stories. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary. But it was funny how September 1st had played a role in so many things. It was September 1st, 5 years ago, that I gave up all the things that were bringing me down and decided to pick up and leave North Carolina. Granted, I love the people of North Carolina, but I had to get out of there. It was really bad. And it took me a while from moving up here to West Virginia to really get accustomed and really needed just to settle down, because I had some people say I had a chip on my shoulder, but I felt more like I had a boulder on my shoulder. I was angry, I was sad, I was mad, I was all kinds of things. I was not happy, and I was really either looking for the end or a new beginning. And I'm glad that I went the new beginning way, because you know, it was like 3 years after I moved up here. We moved into our new house where we're at now on September 1st, 2 years ago. And then since the date was so relevant, we decided we would get married on September 1st last year. And it's been the best thing I've ever done. I've been blessed in a lot of ways. People can say, you know, there's no God, that they don't believe in it and stuff like that. But I had to say that God intervened in my life, even when I didn't want him to. Well, I wasn't expecting him to. But he came in and he turned everything around for me. So you got to give him all the glory for everything that he does. You know, I could die tomorrow and I'd die a happy man, because, you know, my soul has been filled with a lot of good things, and all the bad stuff has finally went away. It's just like my Facebook stuff. I used to post a lot of rotten stuff. I was in Facebook jail like 9 times. And everybody's like, why do you keep posting stuff like that? You know, they're just going to throw you off Facebook again. And my view was, I'm not going to be quiet or not say what I want to say or how I feel just because I'm afraid of being kicked off Facebook. But I'll tell you, when the hatred and the bitterness goes away and you learn to love your neighbor and people and accept everybody for who they are and all these other things, it kind of makes life easier, you know? And you stop being so angry and you stop saying hateful things. And it's been a while since I've done it. I even try to stay away from political posts because I'm telling you, if I told you who I voted for, half of y'all would probably be like, how dare you? The other half would be like, yeah, go, you know? But I'll tell you what, I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. Anybody that would vote for that chick, other than because she's a woman, really needs to reassess their lifestyle. But anyway, If you really believe that the government is working for you, you're lost. God works for me. I work for my God, and I work for my family, and I work for this place, and that's all there is to it. If you allow God into your world, it'll be a better place. Even if you just live by the values of being a good person, loving your neighbor, treating people like you want to be treated, and such like that, and stop hating. Life is a better place, and I'm here one to prove it. Hey, you see how I live. I don't live in a big fancy house, but I got just the house I ever wanted. Got some land around me. I get to do what I want, basically, and yet I'm not doing anything wrong, and I'm not hurting anybody by doing it. And that's what life is all about, isn't it? Living a good life. I like getting up in the morning and going to Winchester and working. I haven't caught on to everything yet because there's a lot to it. Like I told my boss last week, I said I really feel like I'm struggling here, and it was really worrying me because I felt like I wasn't doing a good enough job. It wasn't like I thought I was going to get fired as much as I felt like maybe I needed to quit to give them a better chance to have a better person in there. Well, I talked to my boss about it and everything, and we reasoned it out. And I'm hoping that I become a better member of the team because I really like it there. And when I'm working for somebody, I'm 100% for that place. And being honest and having integrity and not stealing and all the other good stuff. Hey, this is the kind of person you want to work for you, right? And I'm a hard worker, and I know I am. I'm just terrible on computers, and that's why I'm having my glitches. And my memory, I'm old, so I can't remember half the things that I used to know. It's like every time I learn something new, I think I forget something else. But that's just part of it. Hey, it's Labor Day weekend. It's been a great weekend for me, like I said. Yesterday was our anniversary. We had a good time. We went out to dinner. We got me a steak over there at Outback. I'm sorry. And we had a good day. You love the pigeons. You love the pigeons, the chickens. So the garden's over with. It's time to call it a day. Y'all have a wonderful what's left of the weekend, and I will get with you soon.